love one toward another. Amen. I want you to understand that in this day and time, people have a misunderstanding about what love is. Many times we get our definition of love based on what we see on guiding light. Based on what we see on the days of our lives. And that's how we define love. We define love as passion, romance. But the Bible tells us what love is. God is love. How did he show us his love? Jesus said, if you've seen me, you've seen the Father. The life of Christ is the manifestation of what love is. How do we identify love? What did Christ do? Greater love have no man than to lay down his life for his friends. So what is love? Is it a fuzzy, warm feeling inside of you? What is it? Love is being willing to do what? To lay down your life for your friends. You see, the love that we experience today is often based upon how people treat us. If you treat me right, I'm going to treat you right. If you mess with me, I'm going to mess with you. That's how we identify love. But love is not based on how you treat me.
Watch your mouth, Pastor.
Love is not based upon whether or not you respect me. Because they didn't respect our master, did they? They mocked him. They ridiculed him.
Get your mouth.
They reviled him. They spat in his face. But what did he say? He said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. So what is love? You can't say, I have love, you're holding grudges. You can't love if you're not willing to forgive.
That's right.
Because Christ forgave. And one of the greatest things that divides and separates families is our unwillingness to let it go and to forgive. Give it to God. Where you say, well, if I forgive them, that means they're going to get away with it. Let me tell you something. Nobody gets away with anything. Some say, well, I want to get revenge. What did the Lord say? He said, vengeance is what? It's mine. I will repay. It's interesting. We want to give people what we think they deserve when we don't want to get what we deserve. What would happen if we got what we deserve? Thank God for grace. The third building block. The third building block is the building block of responsibility. The building block of responsibility. God has put you in this world for a purpose. And He's given you responsibilities. You have responsibilities as a mother. Your first responsibility is to what? To your children. You have a responsibility as a father. What's their responsibility? To provide for your home. Not only to provide for them, for their earthly needs, but also to provide for them their spiritual needs. Every home should be a home of prayer. There are too many prayerless homes in the families of America today, especially among those of us who know that God has brought us thus far on our way. So you may be saying, well, I'm doing pretty good without prayer. I'll tell you one thing, somebody's praying for you that you don't even realize. I want you to know that you living off of the prayers of people that have gone before you, they're already gone. God stored up those prayers and He's answering those prayers on your behalf. You need to pray to your God. So we have a responsibility. We have a responsibility for the next generation that's going to come behind us. They need a foundation. They need shoulders that they can stand upon, especially in these wicked days in which we are living. We're living in a wicked world. And we need the stability. We need the foundation. We need the confidence in knowing that we are with God and that He is with us, because we're living in such a dangerous world.
Yes.
Praise God, it tells us that He will never leave us nor forsake us.
Amen.
I've been young and now I'm old, but I've never seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. So what are we saying today, in other words? What we're saying is the cornerstone needs to be brought back. We thought that we didn't need that stone because it looked funny. It doesn't fit in with the rest of the world. You see, when you believe in God, you don't fit in with what everybody else is doing. They don't understand why you do what you do, why you say what you say, why you act the way you act. It doesn't fit in. And some people say to themselves, well, maybe if I just fit in, that I can have a little bit more success, and I can be accepted a little bit more if I just fit in. But I want you to know the cornerstone it's not the same shape and size as the rest of the building. Christ is the chief cornerstone. He's our rock.
Yes.
He's our sword.
Yes.
He's our shield. He's our wheel in the middle of a wheel. He's the lily of the valley.
Yes.
He's the bright and the morning star. He's the root and the offspring of David. Well, what's his name? The Bible tells us. His name should be called Wonderful. His name should be called Counselor. His name shall be called the Mighty God. His name shall be called Everlasting Father. His name shall be called the Prince of Peace. They called him Master, but he had no servants. He never led an army, but he conquered the world. He never held a political office. But I want you to know that all the parliaments that have ever sat, all of them combined, doesn't equal to the authority of the kingship and lordship of Jesus Christ.
Amen. Amen.
And it's to Him that we owe our honor. It's to Him that we owe our allegiance. It's to Him that we owe a life of obedience. Greater love has no man to lay down his life for his friends.
Amen.
He was tried by Pilate, by Herod, by the Roman soldiers. They said, never man spake like this man. They nailed him to a rugged cross. They thought that they could get rid of him. They put him in a rich man's grave, but could they keep him in the grave?
No.
The grave couldn't hold him back. Death could not hold him down. Hell could not could not retain him. And he came out of that grave. And what did he say? He said, I am he who was dead, and I'm alive forevermore. And I have the keys of hell and of the grave and of death. And I want you to know that because he lives, we can face tomorrow.
All right.
Because he lives, all fear is gone. And because of that, I know that he holds the future. And life is worth living because the chief cornerstone still lives. Amen.